We already know that Elle Fanning is playing multiple characters in Predator Badlands, but what's even more interesting is that she might not be the hero this time. More importantly though, Badlands could finally answer some big questions that have been lingering in the Predator franchise for years. Like, what really happened to Dutch after the first movie? Where has he been since 1987? How does the Predator fit into the overall storyline? And what's the current status of the franchise's legacy? There's a lot to unpack, so let's dive into everything we know about Predator Badlands so far, and what's next for the franchise. After the huge success of Prey, Dan Trachtenberg's Predator Badlands is taking a fresh approach that the franchise has never tried before. Prey brought new life to the series with its 300-year-old Great Plains setting, paving the way for more Predator projects. While a Prey sequel has been announced, Badlands is already moving forward with casting and plot details emerging. Set in the future on an alien planet, Badlands will continue the franchise's 37-year tradition of introducing new characters instead of bringing back old ones. Elle Fanning has been confirmed as one of the stars, playing multiple roles, but she won't be the main focus. Instead, Trachtenberg is shaking things up by telling a Predator story from a completely new perspective, which might just be the most exciting part of Badlands. Predator Badlands is shaping up to be one of the most unique entries in the franchise, and a big part of that comes from its perspective shift. Instead of focusing on the humans trying to survive against a deadly intergalactic hunter, director Dan Trachtenberg has confirmed that Badlands will be told from the Predator's point of view. Speaking to Empire, Trachtenberg stated that the creature is front and center, making this the first movie in the series to truly put audiences in the mind of a Yautja. Up until now, every Predator movie has followed the same basic structure. A group of humans, usually highly skilled fighters, find themselves facing off against a Yautja looking to prove itself in the ultimate hunt. These alien warriors live by a strict honor code, which makes them stand out from typical horror villains. They don't kill indiscriminately, only worthy prey. Some movies, like Predators and Prey, have touched on the nuances of their culture, but Badlands has the opportunity to go even deeper into what makes them tick. While the Predator movies have never made a Yautja the protagonist, other media has explored their perspective. The Aliens vs. Predator comics and novelizations have given readers a deeper look into their traditions, rivalries, and mindset. These stories revealed how the Yautja view the xenomorphs as the ultimate prey and detailed their highly structured society. Given that Badlands is already breaking new ground, it wouldn't be surprising if it pulls inspiration from these expanded universe stories to flesh out its Predator lead. Trachtenberg's bold direction echoes what made Prey such a success. That movie stood out by taking the franchise back in time, stripping away high-tech weapons and setting up a more primitive fight for survival. Badlands, on the other hand, is flipping the script on every level, not just in setting, but in narrative focus. By centering the story on a Yautja, it has the potential to redefine the Predator franchise in a way no film has before. If executed well, Predator Badlands could be one of the most innovative and compelling entries in the series yet. With Predator Badlands set to break new ground in the franchise, it also presents an opportunity to answer some of the series' longest-standing mysteries. One of the biggest questions that has lingered since the original 1987 film is what really happened to Dutch after his encounter with the Yautja. Given how later films established that the government has been actively studying predators, it's hard to believe they would have simply let their best eyewitness disappear. Even if Dutch doesn't make a direct appearance, Badlands could at least hint at his fate, whether he was taken in by a secret organization, went into hiding, or possibly even continued the fight against the Yautja on his own terms. Another lingering mystery is the fate of Detective Mike Harrigan from Predator 2. He was one of the few humans to not only survive a Yautja encounter, but also set foot on their ship, coming face to face with an entire hunting party. His final words to government agent Garber, warning that the predators would return, were never followed up on. Badlands could explore whether Harrigan continued to be involved in Yautja-related investigations or if he disappeared off the grid like Dutch. Given how Predator 2 revealed more about the species' culture and their respect for worthy opponents, it's possible the Yautja had their own plans for him. Then there's the unresolved fate of Royce and Isabel from Predators. Their story ended on a cliffhanger, with the two stranded on the game preserve planet, watching more prey arrive while they desperately searched for a way home. The movie never provided any closure on their fate, making Badlands a prime opportunity to give some answers. Even if the film doesn't focus on them directly, a small Easter egg, perhaps a reference to a human escape from an off-world predator hunting ground, could offer some long-awaited resolution. Another major question hanging over the franchise is the status of the Alien vs. Predator movies in the official Predator canon. While the Alien series has largely distanced itself from AVP, the Predator films have never definitively confirmed or denied their connection. Badlands could finally settle this debate by acknowledging or disregarding the events of AVP and AVPR. If it leans into those films' continuity, it could also shed light on what happened to Lex after she survived the Xenomorph Queen battle in Antarctica and whether the Yutani Corporation's involvement has any lasting impact on the Predator timeline. Similarly, Shane Black's The Predator introduced a number of controversial elements, including the so-called Predator killer suit and hints at humanity gaining access to advanced Yautja technology. However, the film left many of these plot points unresolved, as Badlands might now be in a position to address them. Even if the movie doesn't fully embrace the Predator's direction, it could clarify what happened to the technology left behind and whether humanity has made any breakthroughs because of it. Given that Badlands is exploring new territory in the franchise, it might either build on these ideas or quietly sweep them under the rug. With so many unanswered questions across the franchise, Predator Badlands is in a unique position to tie up loose ends while forging its own path. If it successfully balances fresh storytelling with meaningful callbacks, it could become not just the most innovative entry in the series, but also the one that finally brings clarity to some of the Predator saga's biggest mysteries. This raises an important question: how exactly will Badlands acknowledge Prey, if at all? While returning characters from Prey might not be feasible due to the time jump, Badlands could still acknowledge their impact, perhaps through recovered artifacts, historical records, or even an oral legend passed down through generations. If Badlands does connect to Prey, it would not only solidify the franchise's continuity, but also enrich the overarching Predator mythology. Whether through direct references or subtle nods, the film has an opportunity to expand on Prey's foundation while carving out its own distinct story.